Gemini season, no treason. Don't you understand that I'm verbally pleasing? Got the stellium and Taurus, so what you see on knowledge of love is gonna come out the E. I pour it out naturally, it just flows. Don't you understand? 57 shows. Come on, son, I'm teaching you right. And I want you to know I got my wife tonight, riding on my side, and you know how we do. She's a Taurus Rising, and she's here for you. I present the presentation, here to heal the nation. Don't you understand that I'm not saying Nathan? I'm dropping knowledge that's deep, making you elevate, rock and go. The map of your life, what do you see? Taylored2U Astrology. Yeah. Oh, the double effect, because wifey was doing it and she knows. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Eric Taylor, Taylored2U Astrology, with episode 57 of my Knowledge is Love podcast. We're talking about that Taurus Stellium. So with all this stuff in Taurus, I had to bring my Taurus Rising to come and talk some Taurus stuff with you, some beauty, some ballet, pure face and body, and just the energy.
Hello.
There she is.
Hi.
Allana Taylor, my amazing, beautiful wife. And I hope you guys are doing well tonight. She'll be my eyes and reading your comments and questions.
So bring them on, bring them on. I'm here to read.
Well, and you guys can, you're going to learn some stuff about what's going on with her and Sabale. And as always, right now, you can't make this up. The chart is
thank you, Irene.
Hi, Irene. It's a Taurus. It's a Scorpio rising, 11 degrees right now, which is my ascendant. So it makes sense that I'm talking about Taurus. And then my other half is literally here, 7th house, right? Mm-hmm. And her other half is literally here, Scorpio, 7th house, right? But
you know what's so cool? I get to have him in my house all the time. So that, hey, Danny Figueroa.
What up, Danny?
What's up? What's up, Danny? I get to have him in my house all the time. I'm so spoiled because he just gives me the rundown of things I got to be on the lookout for, stuff that's going to be happening energetically to me. And I'm like, thank you. But what's so funny is that I know so little because he always tells me and fills me in. So I'm very blessed.
Well, she always says, she's like, I can't keep that in my brain. That's what that's what you're for.
I got to keep in my brain, trying to keep him straight, trying to keep 3 kids straight and my life straight. Oh, Lord.
So we balance each other out perfectly. But you guys, Mercury's in retrograde, still in Taurus. It's going to station direct on Friday. It won't get back to Gemini, I think, until mid-June, somewhere around the Sagittarius full moon, the 15th or 16th. But
the South Node is icky, says Irene.
I know, Irene. It's
Mad Gaming.
What up, Mad Gaming? That's
sorry.
That's my brother, Mad Gaming, another Scorpio ascendant.
I've been hearing a lot about Mad Gaming.
Yeah, Mad Gaming is cool people.
And actually, I feel like Danny Figueroa I've heard.
Yeah, Danny.
And I think Irene might be new, but
no, Irene's been around for a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah. I like her. Thank you, Irene.
So, right now, with Mercury in Taurus in retrograde, Venus in Taurus, Uranus, however you want to say it, in Taurus, where it's no bueno, and the North Node, where some may say it's exalted in the sign of Taurus. This is a powerful time, energy, stellium, okay? Now, North Node and Uranus are, like 7 degrees apart, 22 and 15, so a loose conjunction. Mercury's at 26, so that's more of a conjunction to the North Node, okay? So that means your words, your hands, your skills are really more focused on where you should be going with your values and self-worth, right? All the Taurus sense, your 5 senses, money, material items. And Uranus and Taurus is what it's doing is basically what your boy from JP Morgan just announced. We're due to have an economic hurricane. That's literally, I laughed out loud when I heard that on the news, and I don't even really watch the news, but every once in a while I'll tune in for like 3 to 5 minutes just to keep updated. And prayers for everybody in Oklahoma, and it was Tulsa, and it was tragedy and just very sad.
Uvalde.
Who? Go ahead.
You get the school shooting. Yeah, so we really do not watch the news.
Right now, I was talking about the Oklahoma shooting.
Yes.
The doctor, yeah.
But that, yeah, I mean, I don't know.
But all of this, but the Uranus and Taurus, you guys, where it's really in its fall, that is the economic hurricane, and there's a lot that we have got to think of all the aspects of Taurus and think about what Venus and Mercury are telling you, juxtapose what Uranus and North Node are telling you. Because just as Taurus is pretty decent, really good in North Node, at home and really well in Venus, decent in Mercury, not good at all in Uranus, we're dealing with all of this energy. She's got it all on her ascendant, and all Taurus risings, Leo risings, Scorpio risings, and Aquarius risings, all the fixed signs, you're just going through a lot, until 2025. And then along with the nodes, there's a lot going on. Okay. So you guys can share what house your Taurus is in. We can talk about it in transit. I want to, talk a little bit about what's happening with this particular Taurus rising here, because, you guys have seen it in the community. Hold on one second. You've seen it in the community, but I've posted her YouTube page. So please go subscribe to that. Sabale, Pure Face and Body. And Sabale means patience in Mali. But it's also very connected to Taurus, the earth, the herbs, our values, our self-worth and self-love, our 5 senses. And she'll explain in terms of the ingredients and all that stuff, but value what's Taurus? Your physical body, the earth, right? And Taurus is very practical, prudent, pragmatic. And, we've got to understand Mercury, Venus, North Node is basically telling us, do you value yourself? Do you value the food? Are you reading what you're putting on your physical body? Taurus, the toddler, right?
So
go ahead.
Well, no, I just want to tell you. So Irene, she has her Mercury conjunct transit Uranus in her 11th house with Chiron and Taurus. And then she's at 28 degrees.
Okay.
So I wanted to get that all in there. Because you guys, I'm going to tell you what, this man right here, it's crazy because he's like got this computer in his brain. And I think it has something to do with his vision not being the best. He just thinks in his head. And as you guys tell him this stuff, his brain is literally going to places and he can then take it right off the head and just tell you, even like his rhyme, like that rhyme that he did on the intro, he didn't practice that. I had no idea.
She didn't know I was going to do it.
He just makes up stuff just like that. And it's not anything that he's been around the house rhyming about before all this. So it's really crazy how Eric's head works. It's wild. But
well, and what she doesn't tell you too, I also freestyle acting characters and comedy characters.
Yes.
From all categories of life. And I can emulate and imitate anybody.
And you know what, Irene, when I was a kid, my stepfather called me Motor Mouth. Little Motor Mouth, because he had a niece who was older, but I was Little Motor Mouth because I spoke a lot too. And trust me,
Yeah, that Chiron, she said Chiron in the 11th house in Taurus. Oof.
No, well, wait, yeah. I'm sorry. That's what she
said. And Irene, sometimes that's also about valuing or making sure you value the friends and groups and organizations you're a part of. And, getting in and using those, I want to say hands, but it's really your speech. You know what I mean? Now you'd have to, what was the degrees that she said? 28. So then I would ask you what happened at 28 years old or what happened at 10, but usually it would be 28 years old. And, you know, there could have been a wound from
She
that.
had to burn down the community and start over.
Yeah, yeah. And sometimes we have to eliminate the fake friends. We have to eliminate the 11th house, could be older sibling. It could be your father's younger brother. But sometimes it's also the support group, right? Like people you hang out with after work. They might not be the right people. They might not be positive. And they could be materialistic. And that could be some of the stuff, especially with Taurus.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, I think right now, the collective energy, and you can correct me on here if I'm going off, but I feel like everybody's being called to a reckoning, and that assessing what is right and what is wrong for our lives and things that we need to cut out. And if we're not cutting things out, it's going to be removed from us pretty quickly, or we're going to get some rude awakenings.
Yeah.
That's what I've been feeling.
No, definitely. And she's so intuitive because you see, you have to understand, she is the Sag moon in 8th house and the Pisces sun with the Taurus rising. And so, you know, that was one place where we both connected. I mean, literally meeting online on Match.com, right? But both 11th house suns. I almost want to start like my own little Facebook group for 11th house sun people, because we really are thinking about humanity and the collective all the time. And that can be a hard life, you know, but at the same time, it can bring great rewards, hopes, dreams, wishes, and large crowds, right? And I think when you're starting your own business, that's what your goal is, to reach large crowds and something that you hope to obtain in life, you know. But I think one of the things that we all have to understand with Saturn in Aquarius, because that's like kind of connected with the 11th house, there are sometimes some limits, some restrictions, some delays to, you know, friends groups and stuff like that. And because of the last 2.5 years, maybe it's you're having issues with some of the real life friends, and then maybe you make some friends online. And that's why I wanted to start Astrological Coffee Talk. And please make sure you guys sign up, right? Taylored2U Coaching at gmail.com, only $15. All right. Boom, boom. $15. I know I'm kind of weird with the finger stuff, but I like to do that on my videos. But honey, June 12th, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific over Zoom, 90 minutes. And you can vote in community. It looks like right now you guys want to learn a lesson about the planet Neptune. So, but go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, so Irene says she's 11th house sun.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Her conjunct Mars.
Wow. Well, you know, but Irene, I think we've talked about this before, but that's a blessing having Mars in 11th house. Because at the end of the day,
oh, she's a humanitarian, I guess.
Yeah, 11th house sun, yeah. And yeah, I know a lot. Danny's 11th house sun. You know, I know a lot of 11th house. It's almost like you guys are attracted to my 11th house sun energy, and I'm attracted to yours. But seriously, but it's Mars doesn't love being in Taurus, right? I mean, it's the day of the insurrection, right? Mars in Taurus, 0 degrees. But it is, when you have Mars in the 11th house, you have the fuel and the practical strategy to maneuver, to connect with the right groups, the right social network, the right organizations to reach your goals and to complete your mission and your task. Remember, Mars is the soldier, the warrior, the general. It's going to take the orders from the sun and then complete the mission. For you in Taurus, it's just going to move maybe a little bit slower, but it's going to do it in a very like smooth, sensual, spiritual way, Irene. So there's benefits.
Yeah, she says that, you know, she's a prayer. Yes, helping people in my prayers.
Oh yeah.
Her prayers in action. So
yeah,
that's really
awesome. We're prayer warriors
sun
too.
Is in Gemini.
Huh?
Her Mars sun is in Gemini.
Oh, sun is in Gemini.
Mars sun, yeah, meaning Mars sun in Gemini.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, is that what I said?
Yeah, that's in the 12th house.
Okay.
You're a Cancer rising? I thought you were Gemini rising. Are you looking at Placidus, Irene? Better leave that Placidus alone. Oh.
Still in the 11th house.
Oh. It's all in the 11th house? Okay. So let's talk a little bit about this. Well, actually, enough about this. Let's talk about my Taurus rising here, because what she is creating with that Taurus beauty, and she's got literally Venus and Jupiter, Aquarius, 10th house. That is having a husband that's into astrology, a professional astrologer, and it's bringing organic and vegan body and skincare to the people, to the women, to the, you know, to innovation, to be innovative. So
right. Well, you know, thank you. No, what I love about having an astrologer husband is that he shows me how to live in the right alignment. And what I'm finding is the more that I kind of go with the flow instead of trying to do what is my initial thing, I am happier. I mean, I was just saying to somebody, like, I'm watching my life fall in place the way I've been visualizing it for a long time. So having vision and sight is important. Mag Gaming says, thanks for putting the videos late. Thanks for putting out the videos lately. It's really helping me out in my life.
Oh man, that's awesome. Of course, Mag Gaming.
Thank you, Mag Gaming.
Yeah, I'm glad, man. You know, but what she's saying is true, and that's why you guys also, and you know, I'm not just, you know, tooting my horn or promoting, but honestly, I have my astrological life coaching service. Now, if you do it with the chart reading, it's 5 weeks, $425, or just 4 weeks, $375. But we meet 60 minutes at a time. First week could do the live chart reading, but then the next 4 weeks, we just break down 3 houses, 3 houses at a time, where I teach you how to live and exist with the flow and energy of your birth chart. And we break down the degrees and the numerology. I look at your human design, and it really, you can read the testimonials on the website. They're all real, but it's really been a blessing to people. And it's a game changer. It's one of the most, you know, if you saw in community, I put up some new services, and I decided to do all of those new services. But that service I'm very proud of, because I really get in there and get to get you guys to really understand who you are through your birth chart. So, and I'm doing it on her too.
So, yeah, I'm gonna
show us some Sabale.
So, okay, show you some Sabale. So I think it's hard sometimes to see, but this is my deodorant. It's trace minerals. So I call it holistic deodorant because it doesn't just cover your funk. It actually helps your whole overall well-being. And it does this by, this is the packaging. Sabale means patience. So love is patience. But anyways, the reason why I call this holistic deodorant, God, the glare is really bad. You can't see it too well. Anyways, the reason why I call it holistic deodorant is that it really helps to detox your entire body. And I think it's really important when Eric was talking about the value and what we put value in, putting value in ourselves, putting value in whole tangible things. We're living in a world where everything is going digital, and that's so wonderful in so many ways. But when we start living too much in that kind of faux world, no bueno. So we have to make sure that we're grounding ourselves and putting real things. So that's what these are about. The diatomaceous earth, which I'm one of the only people I think puts diatomaceous. Anybody know what that is? I'm telling you, it's the dope stuff, but it's a detoxer, and it helps to detox our body because we know we have so many chemicals around us all the time. And how do you spell for skincare? Gonna link it. It's Sabale, S-A-B-A-L. God, I can't. That's so bad. S-A-B-A-L-I.
Yeah.
Sabale, S-A-B-A-L-I, Pure Face.
And it's on my community page, but I'll link it.
But yeah,
I'll link the website.
Thank you so much.
In here.
I appreciate that. I should go ahead and do it. But anyways, yeah, so this is helping to detox you. I use only essential oils because essential oils not only give you that fragrance, but they help to balance your endocrine system naturally. And that is so critical to keeping our whole body flowing the way it's supposed to. And trust me, this is a really, really amazing, wonderful stuff. I wish you could smell it because
I'll smell it for him. I'll smell it for him.
Okay, so that take the top off. That's the rose. That's the sandalwood rose. So that's sandalwood rose. I use real sandalwood. I use real rose essential oils in there, along with a few other things, but nothing artificial. Nothing. I don't use fragrance oils.
And it's not just for women, you guys. Men use it too. Okay, I use it. I love it. Never thought in my wildest dreams I'd be wearing natural deodorant, but you got to understand.
I would love that.
We all need to sweat.
We should talk because I'm actually gathering people. I've got people up in Wisconsin within the healing space who want to start carrying this. I've got people who are going to start doing this in Utah. I've got people who are starting to do this because the people who know my stuff and know the caliber and the quality of what I'm doing, they are loving it. If you are truly interested, do reach out to me. Yeah, Allana, Allana at Sabale Pure Face and Body. So you're building clientels in the mountains. Where, in the Colorado or where? At any rate, this stuff is truly amazing. And again, I call it holistic because it's not just a funk cover up or North Carolina. Okay, cool. I haven't been there. I've driven through, but anyways, and then
we have a good friend down there. Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely. And I got off track here, but anyways, it helps to help your whole entire body. And then I also make a lip balm.
Holistic healing.
Yes. I also make a lip balm. And so I have 4 fragrances based on the seasons, all organic flavors, organic essential oil flavors. Cherry, lychee, ginger is spring. Summer is fresh fruit, which are watermelon, honeydew, and cantaloupe mixed with some lime. I've got a green tea pomegranate mix that is wonderful with mint. It's fabulous. And then finally, my vanilla chai latte is phenomenal as well. I just struck up a partnership with Dress for Success, which is an organization that works with women to help train them. And I'm going to be working with them and doing trainings and teaching women how to brand and build their businesses. So I've got a lot of different things going on because my vision is to create community around this, but create value in the earth and create value. So,
and what about your products? They're what? They go back to the earth.
Yes. So thank you, Ben. So yeah, this packaging here, I actually, this is FSC certified, so it is fully compostable, goes back to the earth completely. It's recyclable and compostable, and I have videos on teaching you how to break it down, but it's very simple. Everything we have to be thinking as a collective. We're not just individual islands living here on our own. We have to think on the collective, and that's what the whole purpose of this is. And even as I named the business Sabale, which is patience, that's with purpose. We need to start having more patience for ourselves to get it right, for the people around us to get it right, for the earth, for us. We need to have patience. But so right now I have the deodorants and the lip balms. I'm about to launch a body oil, and I may even be getting some bamboo facial cloths that are with herbal, or I should say essential oil essences in there. God, my nails are looking horrible. Anyways, a lot of really wonderful, wonderful things, and be on the lookout because I'm going to be trying to coin the whole ingredient movement because I'm so sick and tired of people saying things are natural and they're full of fillers and just junk that's been put together in factories and not grown in our
and we don't want you guys to be misled or lied or fooled by some of these companies saying that they're natural and this and that, because just learn how to read the ingredients list, because
I'm so big on it, guys. It's really, really important.
So go watch your videos.
If you don't buy from me, buy from people who are going to talk about their ingredients, because I'll tell anybody I can go head to head with just about anybody, and my ingredients will more than likely beat them, but at worst, I'm going to be equal to some of the best that you're going to be out there. Because again, we want to start paying attention to, I want people to start paying attention to using products that use things that were grown in the field, come straight from the plant, not put together in a factory where things are broken down and used. I've chosen to use a lippe butter, which stands up against the deforestation of rainforests. And that's a whole story in itself. this is about my husband. I can talk about my stuff later.
But see, but also, and once she gets the other products.
Yes, it is absolutely within 20 seconds. Irene is saying about the skin being the largest organ. Within 26 seconds, anything you put onto your skin
gets absorbed,
is into your bloodstream and then through your whole body. And like I tell people not to be morbid, but when Kim Jong-un killed his brother, he had those women that walk up and just rub something on his neck, and 15 minutes later he was dead. Why?
They killed him in the airport in Korea.
His skin absorbed and sent it through. And the problem is that it's not so much most of the time, it's not the reactions that we have immediately where we go, oh, that causes me to have a rash, I'm going to stop using this. At least you got that rash and you stop using it. It's the things that get built up in our system over months and years of use that are leading to the Parkinson's, the early onset dementia, the
Alzheimer's, the cancer,
all these things, even the autism and all of that stuff. Like, don't get me started.
But understand, right? This is all perfectly coinciding with Gemini season, right? Absolutely. Mercury, communication, ideas, and the stellium in Taurus. Because Taurus is so much about the earth. Remember, I always tell you guys, that's why the moon is exalted in Taurus, right? And helps the plants, and the herbs grow at night. And she's been holding it down and made sure that when I came home from the hospital, that she'd followed through with our plans to start our garden. She got the biggest zucchini the other night, and it was just like, this big, right?
No, well, you're exaggerating.
I mean, it was big.
It was literally about that. It was about 18 inches big.
And it was so yummy. And it was just, but
when just hitting on it real quick, trying to be in alignment and listen to what the energy is telling us, and you're being aware of your astrological makeup and how the planets are talking to you, the same way the planets talk to the ocean and tell the tides when to come in and go out. That same power is speaking to each one of us. Yes, albeit differently, because we're all born at different times, but we have to start to listen and be quiet and feel, right? But when he was sick, one of the things that Spirit was telling me is I needed to have living things here in our home to greet him when he came back. And so that's why we got the garden, I made sure that garden was up and running, and it's been such a blessing, and it's become my happy place.
It is really, and it is very Taurus, and super, super important. Oh my gosh. It's so wild because it just made me flash, because I said it's very Taurus. And then it's like, we got that garden. And of course, during a coma, I lost my mom, who was a Taurus. And then I was just going to say to you guys, did you guys see that last couple episodes of This Is Us? I would tell you, that show, man, and I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. So that show was like mimicking my life. That's like I had a brother in tears. I'm man enough to admit it had me like shook up. It was a lot.
Ladies, get a man who can cry. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
It's okay.
In the appropriate way, about the right things.
No.
I mean, not to whiny.
No.
But I'll say this though, it was
but being in touch with your emotions puts you in alignment with the energy, with the vibration, right?
Yeah, with everything.
If you can't feel anything, you're out of whack. You better get it in whack stuff. That's right. Heartbreaking. Yes. I guess we're talking about This Is Us.
No. Oh God, it was so good. But understand, Uranus and Taurus is bringing up for a lot of people, and just it's throwing off the food supply. This whole thing with food formula for babies, right? That is Uranus and Taurus,
and it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like people, let's
and
be
even
aware.
just the president just saying, "Oh, we're going to get food from Germany. It'll be here in like 3 months." 3 months? Who's got time to wait 3 months? And they're just opening back up the facility to fix the stuff. But it's just like, that's Uranus and Taurus in living color. So I just want you guys to see holistically, for the collective, how this placement can affect the collective. And then in your own life, it can bring, but it is literally hurricanes, right? Tsunamis, earthquakes, all these like crazy weathers. Like, remember I told you guys a couple of months ago or a couple of weeks back, I was asking you guys, has it been windy where you are? Because we've been going through all this wind. It's slowed down a bit, but, that is very, connected to Uranus and Taurus. And so don't forget, that's until 2025. The North Node only stays, Taurus North Node, Scorpio South Node. It's about a 16 to 18 month cycle. And then we're going to head to Aries, Libra next. Okay. So take advantage of this time, though, to surrender, let things go in your life that you don't want to hold on, that you shouldn't be holding on to, right? The Scorpio energy is about merging and it's healing too. But on low vibration, it can be manipulating, obsessive, controlling, right? And holding on so tight to things. Well, when you love something, you kind of got to let it go so then the energy can just flow.
Exactly. It's so counterintuitive because we've been taught like to get and to have and to hold and all of that. But I'm gonna tell you, if you can just let go of the things that are holding you back, you will be catapulted so incredibly far. What's really crazy is I had another business and I had spent like 5 years growing it and we were getting popular and we were doing different things, but there were other aspects of the business that were holding me back. And I went through this whole thing with my business partner and we were going back and forth so that I could try and buy her out and nothing was working. And long story short, one night I laid down and I heard Spirit said, let it go. Let it go. And when I did let it go, this new business came in, and I will tell you, I was at a convention last week and people are freaking going bananas over this stuff.
Yeah, she took Las Vegas by storm.
I'm so excited about it, But anyways, let me see. Mad Gaming, I have a question.
What's your question?
Do a series on the meaning of degrees and numbers in astrology? For example, I have Mars in Virgo at 2 degrees, and I don't know what that means.
Well, the only problem about doing a series with degrees, each sign, each placement, you're going from 0 to 29. There wouldn't be one series. Like I would just be going on forever. The videos would be so long. That's when you just have to just get a birth chart reading.
But what about your online courses? Would that be something that
and that's something targeted? When I do teach in the fall, I'm going back and forth because I'm also going to probably be teaching a course on my relationship coaching program. I have an 11-week program, just increasing your self-love and preparing you to meet your future soulmate. And it's all the work that I did, and at the same time she was doing.
Hey,
so that we. Hey, Jennifer, is that Jennifer Sweet?
Yes, it is.
She's the best. And so to really prepare yourself for your future soulmate. And then it's something where I might do a course on that. But for the introduction, the foundations of basic astrology, 7-week course, that's where I can get into breaking down degrees a little bit more. It's really hard in the video and series. Now, you can look up, right, on YouTube, like numerology, but it's not necessarily always the same, the regular numbers numerology. Like, for example, like when the Gemini new moon was at 9 degrees, well, 9 is like completion, right? And then you start the cycle, 10 goes back to 1. And so there was, an emphasis on the degree in terms of what the new beginning was meaning and completing another cycle. So pay attention to the degrees, when you are first entering a sign is very critical. And then same thing when you're leaving, 29 degrees, a critical degree. It's something that I can get into, but if
his Virgo's at 2 degrees, that's when he's first entering it.
Well, you enter it at 0. 2 degrees is more. So That's more of a moon type energy. So with your Mars in Virgo, it's got to be very critical, analytical, practical, pragmatic. You're strategizing. My Mars in Virgo too. Might be almost at the same degree as you, Matt Gaming. But don't remember offhand. But when you're at the 2 degree, that's more of a moon energy. So what is that more?
Irene's got 4 planets at 29 degrees. So
Irene, Lord have mercy. So yeah, and they're all very critical, but it doesn't mean that it's all bad. So just understand, right? It's it all depends in situations.
And that is all a perspective, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to be very careful not to.
Well, no, and that's why I always tell people, right? Like, for example, if you're like, oh, I've got Venus in Virgo, that's not a death sentence, right? It's exalted in Pisces, so it's in its fall in Virgo. It just means you have to work with the energy different. So never look at any placements or degrees, right? And you can look at the Sabian symbols for the degrees, right? And Vedic, they use the nakshatras, but it's different. But no specific point is any type of like, oh my God, woe is me, right? Like I tell people, if Saturn returns, embrace it. Saturn's just telling you, like your grandma and grandpa, make your bed, line your shoes up, clean your room, be disciplined, put structure and order in your life. Anybody, a business coach would tell you the same thing, right? To be success, you have to have a plan and work and put in the hard work. That's all Saturn is asking you to do. And remember, I tell you guys, Saturn will bring you great rewards and blessings, even more than Venus and Jupiter.
So, yeah, Irene's saying her Saturn, Pluto, Neptune, and Chiron are all asteroid at 29 degrees. So at 29 degrees.
Yeah.
And then she said, it's terrible. No, girl, it's not terrible. And it's a lot, but it's not terrible. So you want to harness that energy, right?
Yeah, and change. And like I would tell you too, right? Irene, if you email me and we were doing the chart reading, the first thing I would tell you, retire tonight. I tell you this each week, but you got to do it. And I tell you, be weird, be hokey about it. Be intentional about speaking positive to yourself and about yourself. No more
retire the negative self-talk. Yeah. No more. You are not in the business of negative self-talk.
Yeah, that's right. Do not talk bad about yourself.
So Danny is saying his Mars in Virgo at 20 degrees.
Okay.
And Irene is at 29 degrees. YOD? Does that mean, I don't know what that means. Yod?
Yeah, she has a yod. It's just placements of the planet.
See, I don't know a lot of stuff.
Yeah. No, and I like Irene because Irene knows her astrology. Mm-hmm. But understand, right? The 29th degree is also, it's like you've completed this already. You have mastered this energy. Now, the critical degree can be seen just like they look at the 22nd degree as like kind of like fight or flight. Well, 29th degree is also, let's say you have it in Pluto. I would look at it in a positive way of saying, you're ready to heal and transform through your pain, trauma, and crises, right? That Pluto in, what are you, Pluto in Virgo or Pluto in Libra?
Pluto, are we Saturn, Pluto, Neptune, and Chiron at 29 degrees.
Yeah. Is it in Libra or Virgo, Irene?
And then
we shall share.
Yeah, and then Danny says his Mars is in Virgo. 20 degrees.
Well, and Danny, that Mars in Virgo, man, having Mars in the 11th house, I have it too. Mars is it gives you the fuel. Okay, look at Mars as like your backpack with jets in it. Mars is your energy button, right? But because Marge Simpson is here, but Mars is really going to give you the fuel to attack life. And right now it's in Aries. So for Danny and Matt Gaming, your 6th house. So that means let's get on a good exercise workout program. Okay.
So Matt Gaming, Matt Gaming has said yes, because some people who have astrology videos may have misleading videos on 29 degrees, or Pluto videos also have Pluto and Scorpio in 29 degrees. So like, just real quick before you say something,
Yeah.
Matt Gaming, here's the deal with that.
Yeah.
Not everybody who does a video is as good as my husband. Even if they have 50 million followers, they're not always as up on that stuff. Like, my husband is good. He knows what he's talking about. I'm not saying that you have to agree with everything that he says, but he's good. A lot of these folks, they're just getting onto astrology because it's popular, and then they'll be into whatever is popular in the next 6 months. He actually knows his stuff, and you have to be wise when you're doing stuff. But let me just finish this right quick. So Irene says her Phoenix rising is in Libra. Then Water Minx, she said that she's going to catch us from the beginning. So thank you, Water Minx.
Hey, Water Minx, how you doing, lady?
And Irene Max says Libra. So
yeah, so okay, so that's what I had a feeling.
Matt Gaming says his first house with North Node in Scorpio. And
Irene, you know, for you,
and
it's really you are here to learn your deepest lessons through partnership and relationship. And that 29 degree is really speaking to, once you harness that and get that in, you're going to have tremendous healing. And you can be great at manifesting relationships, partnerships, contracts, business, the marketplace.
All right.
Okay.
See?
And so think of it like that too, because the 29th degree, and you're right, Mad Gaming, true, because remember what I tell you guys, I'm very honest, right? So like, I can give you a little intro to medical astrology, but I haven't mastered it, so I don't teach it. Right? I'll never lie to you guys. I don't lie. That's like my pet peeve. That's why I named, you know, the truth, because to me, I watch astrology videos on here too. And I see some people say certain things that I'm like, that's not necessarily true. But at the same time, whether you're Vedic and using sidereal, whether you're Western tropical and you use Placidus or whole sign or equal house system, whether you're more evolutionary astrologer, right? They're all tools to get to the same result. The key is, and I think what makes me stand out, is really being extremely spiritual and intuitive. And I'm going to be completely honest. I will tell you, after what I went through, almost dying, I've gotten better in every way. You know, I'm still physically healing, but mentally and spiritually, I've grown,
right,
because of what I went through. And so, like I tell you guys, right, my Scorpio rising and just how I am, and that Uranus in the 12th house, I dream about your charts at night. And I get intuitive downloads. So that's why I haven't finished my Neptune and Pluto series. Because the ones that are in the future, I get those downloads from God and from Source, and then I share, you know, what it is that I'm sensing. And it's not just from astrological knowledge and research; it's also divine knowledge. You know, that it's not me. I'm a vessel, right? It's coming from Source. So I think sometimes some astrologers don't tap in. And I'll be honest, right? I try to meditate 15 minutes a day. My North Node's in Pisces. I need to do an hour a day, and I'll get there. I will get there. But, I'm not there yet. So I'm still growing and improving as a human being, you know? But I've also lived quite a life at 51 years old. I've been through more stuff as a Scorpio rising than most people have been through in like 3, 4, 5 lifetimes. So you want me investigating and digging deep into your chart. But go ahead.
So Jennifer says her first and second house are both Leo, and her 7th and 8th are both Aquarius. Isn't that odd?
Well, yeah, and that's because you're looking at the Placidus. So in ancient times, they used the whole sign system. And we know this because of old books and stuff that have been, translated. and finding old charts, they use the whole sign system. So with the Placidus, they base it on degrees, and then it can be there. But what you're explaining is an interception. And so you can Google and research, and they'll say with interceptions, oh, you're just not accessing the energy. So that second house Virgo or that, eighth house Pisces, it's like taking away your Virgo Pisces access. Well, that's a very important access in astrology. That's like eliminating me and her, right? You want us in your lives, Jennifer, And so having that Virgo second house and the Pisces in the eighth house instead of Aquarius, that Pisces in eighth house is very deep and very spiritual and very intuitive in terms of how you learn about hidden things and deal with sudden events, deal with occult knowledge and sciences. So look at it, go to astro.com, put your chart in, and in the default, click the whole sign and look at your chart there. And I promise you, because I've done it. When I learned and studied with my astrology teacher and guru, I was looking at my chart through Placidus, and then certain things weren't working for me. And then when I did my own chart in whole sign, it's like, the light turned on. I was like, daggone, now it makes sense.
Okay. So Irene was asking, why not look at that? And I guess she's saying the Placidus. And she said that you can factor the energies with Placidus.
Okay. So when I do the Placidus, I do look at the chart in Placidus as well. But what happens is it can throw it off. So let's say if Jennifer Sweet had Vesta, Chiron, and Lilith in Virgo in the second house, and then Leo is there. And so then it's basically saying those energies don't exist. Because let's say her third house skipped to Libra. Well, how do you take out of your birth chart Vesta, Chiron, Black Moon Lilith? What if she had part of fortune there? You can't. And so you can access those, energies, and they're there to help you. So you can't just, that's why I don't like the Placidus, because it throws off the chart. And I'm just using lighter things.
You know what? Maybe you guys should do a coffee talk where you walk people through looking at both their Placidus and their whole sign chart over this conversation. Irene says she's going to try that, but she said that, and you're talking about this, and I'm going, if this is something that people are interested in, maybe not this month, but the following month, people can do that. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd be willing, for July, if you guys wanted to, come in and see the difference, because what if it's a major planet? What if, I'm just using Jennifer's chart, what if it was, she had Mars in Virgo in the second house? And then because she's looking at Placidus, it was Leo. And then there was her Mars doesn't exist. She's got no willpower, no drive. She can't access it. No, that's silliness. Each sign should have its own house. Okay.
Yeah. So Jennifer Sweet said I was beginning to think I was an alien.
Yeah, no. And yes, you probably are an alien, Jennifer, but that's okay. We love aliens here. I'm 11th house sun. But I just want you to, so really, I'm telling you, Jennifer, when you go back in and you look at that, it's going to start to open up and reveal, because having Virgo in the second house could speak to how you are in tune with your material items, how you are with your assets, your values, right? You might be more practical, more detailed about how you eat food. You might do certain things to tap into your five senses. Your speech might be more, matter of fact, knowing you, how I know you on here, I think Virgo second house is more Jennifer than, even like that little wittiness you have and your sense of humor. Well, think about it. Second house is speech, right? That Taurus energy, that Virgo energy there, that seems more, you than the Leo, right? You don't come off with the whole, I'm not going to knock Leo energy, because, I love Leos, but so, yeah, I got Leo children. But just understand. So just try looking at that and look at that 8th house with the Pisces there, and also see what asteroids you have there. You know, so when I do your chart reading, I look at I only look at Sirius and Regulus and the fixed stars, but I look at part of Fortune and Vesta and Pallas Athena and Vertex and Chiron and part of Fortune, you know?
So yeah, she said Virgo's in the 3rd with Uranus and Pluto.
Oh, so what? Does it skip? So what is it skipping? Do you have your Libra? If you got 2 Leos, what is it knocking out if you got Virgo in the 3rd? Is it skipping your Libra or your Scorpio? Like what is it kicking to the wayside? You know? So that's the important question.
Scorpio is gone.
Scorpio's going. Ooh, I take offense to that. Nah. So if you're a Leo rising, you got Scorpio in the 4th house. And are you Pluto Scorpio generation, Jennifer? So how could you not have Scorpio? And that tells a big story. You know, that tells a huge story. Because if that's your IC, that's speaking to, you know, how you grew up in the home, you're nurturing. So, you know, I think you guys know when you're honest with yourselves, I think it's so easy to just go to AstroSeek or Cafe Astrology, and the default is the Placidus system. And that was something that became such a big thing, you know, for modern astrology. But now people are going back to ancient Kemet and Babylon and Hellenistic times and finding old, you know, that whole hindsight project. Check out what was the book that I had? Life Cycles from Robert Hand. Mm-hmm. And just, you know, talking about old charts and stuff like that. And you start to understand that what he was a part of was kind of translating and figuring out those old ancient charts. So then people were starting to see, you know, how it was done way back before Christianity and all the religions were formed, right? Astrology is older than all the religions. Yeah. And is in some way kind of woven in the stories in the Torah, Quran, and Bible. Okay. So just food for thought or whatever. One thing I want to okay, go ahead.
Oh, no, I mean, just Jennifer was saying that she has no Taurus, and then she said that it's from the astro charts. And then Irene asked her, does she mean that the 4th house is empty? And Jennifer said that her 4th is Libra.
Right. And your 4th should be Scorpio. But I'm asking you, where's your Pluto? Are you Pluto Scorpio generation? Because that would be in your 4th house.
Her 4th? No. Oh no, she's never mind.
Yeah. So that's all that I'm saying. But if it takes away your Scorpio and your Taurus access, then right now in transit, you know, I would like to be saying that, you know, you don't see in the chart or feel in the chart this lunar solar eclipse and this whole 18-month cycle. And I'm sure it's affecting you, Jennifer. It's affecting everyone. We've seen what's been going on lately. That lunar eclipse in Scorpio was a powerhouse, okay? And just this time. And so just remember.
She says she doesn't know what that means.
Your Pluto? You don't know what your Pluto? Your Pluto is the generation you were born in. So let's say if you were born between 83 and 95, you are Pluto and Scorpio.
Maybe you should do a class or something. You know, I mean, anyway.
So, you know, so that's really important, you know.
Can I just say something real quick in here? She was, okay, so Jennifer's 71. All right, Jennifer, 70s babies in the house.
Okay, so you're Pluto Libra. Okay, 71. You're just starting Pluto Libra. Yeah, I'm 1970, the end of Pluto Virgo. I'm 28 degrees. And she's Pluto Libra. So for you, you're like Irene and my wife, right? Great lessons were learned through relationships, right? I'm her second husband. You understand?
Way better than the first.
So you have to learn, right? She had to go through stuff to learn and transform and heal through the pain, trauma, and crises. Mm-hmm. That's what Pluto's teaching you. So for you, Pluto and Libra, that would be in your third house. So that would be with more.
Danny Figueroa is 74. Hey.
All you Pluto Libra people. But I got nothing but love for Pluto Libra generation.
Can I say this right quick before we? I love it. Irene seems like a real community builder over there because she's interacting with Jennifer. She reached out to Mad Gaming.
Yeah.
You know, I love it because see this.
Because she's an 11th house sun.
My spirit is let's have community wherever we can because I believe it takes a village to do like a whole lot of things besides raising our kids and everything else. So I love it. I think it's awesome.
No, and Irene's great like that. But that's what's so great, right? Because this is how we really live and learn astrology. So when we're open and honest and share, and I'm like, you guys, that Neptune on my ascendant, it's really great for me morphing and becoming this actor and film and rhyming. But the Neptune on the ascendant is also probably what brought in my eye disease. And it also, maybe not have a good self-esteem and self-worth early on in life. Because when you have Neptune on the ascendant, you watch that video, Neptune in the first house, it's hard. The ego, I am, is dissolved when you have Neptune on the ascendant. So I was kind of protected by being in a fantasy world, but I didn't know, the big question, who are you? Right? That took time. So Pluto and Libra in the third house and not the fourth, that's speaking to you, Jennifer, having, going through the pain, trauma, and crises in your local community, maybe with siblings, maybe in the adult relationship with mom, and how you have to learn how to surrender, let go, trust cousins, neighbors, right? Trust your words, trust your communications, trust your skills, your self-efforts. And then once you learn how to do that and let go and let God, that Pluto and Libra will connect you in your local community with the right partnerships, the right relationships, right? Will connect you with the right skills, because Pluto and Libra, you guys know, when you really think about it, you guys know how to relate and communicate with anyone and everyone. I see it with her, right? And it becomes a skill and a magnetic energy, because what's Pluto? It's that magnetic energy, Scorpio energy. But when it's in Libra, it's generational, right? That was 71 to 83. And it's teaching you how to heal your own and others' relationships.
So we've had some activity here.
Okay.
Irene said, "Oh, okay, you're right, before Libra." And then she's glad. Yes, I appreciate you. She's glad. Let's lift the vibration. We need it. Yeah. Trust me, it's going to be our raised elevations and vibrations that are going to keep this whole place from sliding off the map.
We're going to 5D. We're leaving 3D and going to 5D.
Okay. And she wants to see us do good because we're good people. Thank you. And we're trying. You know what I mean? That's the whole purpose. And I think as we all, each one of us, you guys included, we all have to start looking at what am I contributing? What am I doing? And how can I bring it around? Because I think we all deserve to live good lives. Yeah. Matt Gaming said, Pluto and Scorpio is the one. And then Jennifer said, I go against authority. I will not comply. I like to help every day people stick up for themselves.
Yes, Jennifer. Yeah.
Thank you. And we need that. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of help, if any of y'all know people who want to help me with my social media and help me with some of this like back stuff, I need some help from some folks. I need to, seriously, I'm looking to work with some people and I have to find out. Now I can pay, but I can't pay you like I'm $1 million company immediately. However, I am willing. So if anybody knows anybody with skills, please send them my way.
Definitely.
And then Mad Gaming loves the vibes and conversation in this chat. Yeah. It's been pretty cool.
It is. And you guys know it's almost time for the NBA Finals. So I will have to go soon. What do you hear?
All day long, we have timers that go off. He keeps me straight because I'll be off, doing whatever.
Well, see, and that is part of the Pluto Virgo, right? I'm very detailed, right?
That's spirit talking to you, Irene.
Yeah, and let me tell you guys something. the Golden State Warriors are going to beat the Boston Celtics in 7 games. I'm rooting for the Celtics, even though I'm a Knicks fan. I'm rooting for the Celtics. You know, my mom and dad like the Celtics, and my dad knew some of the players. And they used to, you know, they were the first team with a black head coach and stuff like that. So, you know, whatever. But I just think it's going to be a great series. If the Celtics do win, they'll win in 6 games at home. But I'm going to take the Warriors in 7. Stephen Curry will win the Finals MVP. And then the debate will be, is Stephen Curry a top 10 all-time great player? Right now he's around 15, 16. If he wins another championship, 4th championship, and Finals MVP, you know, with his Aquarius and Mercury, then and a Pisces sun, then the conversation is Stephen Curry the 2nd greatest point guard of all time, passing Oscar Robertson, still behind Magic Johnson. He's already the best shooter of all time. And then is he a top 10 player of all time? You know, I'm half Cro-Magnon man. I'm not just all this intuitive, artsy, like spiritual dude, okay?
Let me tell you something. When he gets to screaming at that TV,
oh, I'm a guy's guy.
I just go on the house and I'm like, okay.
Even my boys get a little intimidated and scared.
He used to make the babies cry when they were little. not he didn't try to, but they would get like freaked out from his screaming. And
it was either my screaming or my sneezing.
Daddy's excited. It's not bad.
Yeah, because also Daddy's a very loud sneezer.
No Celtics.
Oh my God.
I'm with you, Irene. You know, I really want the Celtics win. I think because I always vote for the underdog.
Yeah, but when I used to sneeze, I used to make my kids cry because I'm a loud sneezer. But I'm going to wrap this up and say this, you guys. Really, and especially you, Jennifer, find that Taurus in your chart. If you're a Leo rising, that Taurus is in the 10th house. Okay, so really tap in to your public image, your legacy, your career, your workplace, your work environment, and think about how this Taurus energy, the North Node, the Uranus, sudden events happening to you in public lately, Jennifer, your Mercury in retrograde, and starting Friday is a time where you guys can start to get back to maybe signing contracts and deals. I would wait till Friday.
Listen to him.
Okay, seriously.
I'm telling you, I waited to incorporate my name and claim my name and do my business licenses based on astrology.
Oh yeah, and
use astrology for your businesses.
Yes, definitely.
It will put the right energy.
Because I can also do, and I've done this for quite a few businesses now, business birth charts. And you just treat the business like, so either your first sale or when you got your LLC or when you know in your heart and soul, you're like, this is the start of my business. Or if you haven't started it yet, even better, I can tell you when to file the papers for your LLC. Mm-hmm. That's a whole nother thing. But, you know, hey, like I say, Taylored2U@gmail.com, you hit me up. But understand this Mercury retrograde in Taurus, Venus in Taurus, very much Venus in Taurus. Watch, the only thing, it's at home. But like you watch my top 5 Venus video, you guys, Venus and Taurus, the only thing you have to watch out, and more so the men than women, but they can get a little materialistic, right? And it's perception. Going back to we talked about earlier, Irene, Taurus and Venus can have $50,000 in the bank and $25,000 in savings and be like, oh my God, I'm so broke. And the next person could have Venus in Gemini and have like 500 in their savings and just 1,000 in the bank and be like, oh, I'm going out tonight and life is good. You see, perspective. So Taurus and Venus, their value is based a lot on the things they collect and obtain, the material items, right? So,
that's D. Lehman.
Oh, hey, what's up, Dominique? So understand that, yeah. Yes, Dominique.
I'm sorry, I'm not used to seeing her as
yeah. And so that's very important, right? In an astrological sense, to understand that it is all about perspective. But the weather's nice. It's Gemini season. Go out, exchange some ideas, this and that. Be smart, be careful, be wise, mind your business. Drink a gallon a day of water. Focus on your health. But with all this energy in Taurus, because I was thinking, what am I going to talk about tonight with you guys? And the one thing I want you to get is this is time to really focus on your self-worth, self-love, and your values, and release some things, donate some things to charity, get the flow of material items out of your house so then other money and other material items could come in, things that you collect, right? That's the Taurus, and the Scorpio South Node, surrender, let go, release. So take this time with Mercury in retrograde. So go in, reassess, reanalyze, get in the closet, like, I ain't wore this dress in so many years. I'm not wearing this. I'm not even the same size.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Right?
Remember my dream. Let it go.
I got some old suits in the closet that I'm like, they don't even look so fly anymore. I gotta let it go. It can bless somebody else. Right? And I'm not.
I tell them, get rid of it.
You know, but I will admit, right? I'm Virgo and Virgo Mercury.
He's a collector. It's that Virgo, man.
And it's also Jupiter and Matt Gaiman, and Danny.
Girl, you gotta throw that stuff away.
No, when you have Sagittarius in the second house.
I got kids too. Oh, yeah. You still have kid clothes. When did they leave?
Or is she talking about kid clothes from her childhood?
Oh, you mean okay. I don't know.
Yeah, but understand that you gotta let it go. You gotta let it. And I make her save kids' clothes, our kids, for nostalgia. Because I'm like,
I have a little bit. I'm gonna
because it'd be great. She wants to knit.
No, I'm not gonna knit. Okay. I'm going to make a quilt with baby pieces from each child, because I have baby clothes from each kid, and I'm gonna make them each their own quilt and with their baby clothes,
so they can share with their wives and kids one day. And that's very sweet. Now, this might not happen until 2030, but she's got the best intentions. But as I
do have the best intentions. One day it's going to come together.
So as I get ready to go, you guys, please support her. Sabale, purefaceandbody.com.
Remember, whole ingredient movement. That's what I'm starting. Yep. No more of this like made in a factory crap. Yeah. We want it grown in the backyard or somebody's backyard.
And literally, right, with all the stuff in Taurus, even if you live in an apartment on your terrace or whatever, get some soil, and even if you can plant some basil, some mint, right? An herb, something, grow something. It also will add on to the energy of your life, your home, your apartment. Believe me, it is so spiritually powerful. Just like I joked and I told you, my cousin told me about hugging a tree, and I've been hugging trees and named them. It works. It helps. I swear to you, it helps. But try it. Just be like, you know what? Oh, that crazy guy, Eric, he's so funny, but he told me to try it, and then try it. And you're going to see, and you're going to be like, wow, next Thursday. And I might even come on Sunday evening. We'll see.
Thank you, Dominique. I appreciate that. Thank you. So thank you. Anybody, again, I'm just putting it out because I've seen some new people hop up here.
Who else?
I'm looking for marketing help, social media help. I am just barely getting this stuff started. I was in a convention last week. I was getting amazing feedback. People are responding, and people are starting to want more of this stuff. So I just need help. So anybody who's got services that they might want to share,
we're old folks. We both need help, and we still got 3 kids to put through college. Yeah. God knows I need help too.
And we're willing to pay.
Yeah.
We're something fair. We're willing to pay. But yeah.
But God bless you guys.
Love you guys. Thank you.
And really, self-love. Retire tonight. No more negative self-talk. You are worth it. And protect your energy, you guys. Don't allow friends, family, mom, dad, and we always got to forgive. We don't hold on to stuff. But do not allow people to change your mood, affect your energy. They're talking negative. Mm-hmm. They don't see your vision, your dreams. Be like, okay, I got to go. I love you. Bye. Right? Like, don't let people be energy vampires in your life. Okay. And with Mercury retrograde, try writing a letter to your younger self. I was telling her it's time to heal.
I am going to write that letter for sure. We have to constantly be doing self-work, guys, because what I'm realizing is, yes, I've done a ton of self-work, but there's new things that are coming up as we go through our time, right? Yeah. So I'm going to be writing that letter, as my husband just told me, to my younger self. Yeah. I did it like 6-8 months ago. I'm doing it again to keep stuff fresh, because right now it's all about raising that vibration, our minds, and don't be afraid to put up barriers to things that are going to put you down. If that's a person, that's a person, whether it's a family member or a friend. If that's turning off the TV, We turned off the TV shortly after the January 6th thing.
And we don't miss it.
And we almost never see it. So literally people will be talking to me about stuff and I literally won't know what they're talking about, but you know what? I'm happier. So it's okay.
Because you can't control and don't worry about stuff you can't change and control.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And vibrate from your heart. Okay. And please make sure you guys are really, really, really.
Thank you, Irene.
Mercury and Taurus, right? It's time, right? Look at different ages in your chart. Look at your Chiron, whatever. But, Dominique, Irene, Jennifer, Mad Gaming, Danny, write a letter of a negative or positive memory, right? At age 8, maybe 11, 14, 17. And you have to reassure yourself, validate your emotions and feelings. Whatever you felt at the time, that was okay. And then you validate it and let the young version of yourself know you're going to be okay. You got this. And I'm telling you, it opens up the portal in your subconscious mind. You got to dig out that 12th house, you guys. Go to your 12th house right now, tonight. When we get off of here, go to your 12th house. And that's also not only hidden enemies, but it's hidden talents. What are you hiding in your 12th house that you need to bring to the rest of the chart and the rest of your life? Stop singing in the shower and maybe sing for some other people. It might be a blessing or inspire somebody else. You don't even know. You might be so good that you're like, oh, wow, I can sing better than half these guys or girls out here now. You just don't know. So tap into the 12th house, write the letters, keep a dream book, and drink that water. God bless you guys. I love you.
Bless you. Thank you. I didn't get to everybody's comments, but we love you. We love you. We love you.
Oh, and please do me a favor. Like this. Share it on your social media with folks and friends.
Yes, tell people to follow.
Yeah, and please comment after I post it. Comment on the live because that helps boost it. You guys are really, I appreciate you guys so much. So
thank you
so much. And go vote in community. Let me know what series I'm getting ready to end the thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but let me know what series you want to Okay. Well, you can do it. But let me know what series you want to see next. Right now, it's tied between North Node and Black Moon Lilith. But you guys go vote. And then if you're coming to Coffee Talk June 12th, okay, let me know what lesson you would like to learn. Because right now, it's a tie between Neptune and Mars. And come. It's going to be a stone groove, baby. Astrological Coffee Talk with Eric. I'm out. Let's go to the game. Let's go Celtics. Peace.
Bye. Love you. Bye.
Later.